Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco Podcast. See a trucker, blast a trucker. Hey, life. It's also Puerto Rican.
Yo!
What going on, Mike?
What's going on, brother?
Yes.
What's going on, people?
Hello.
Welcome to the Midnight Paco Podcast.
Welcome.
As always, you can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on all platforms, people.
I am the _great_COREE. That's where you can find me on Instagram and also nowhere else.
No, you have 3 different names.
Oh. Okay. So you can follow us both at the Midnight Paco Podcast on Instagram as well. You can follow me as Cordell Respress on Facebook.
And Cool See the Man on TikTok.
Is that me on TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's right.
Cool See the Man on TikTok for all you TikTokers and showstoppers and yeah.
That's right. Move over. Your frame is a little...
I'm off? I gotta come closer?
There you go.
Okay, hold on.
A little bit more.
It's a pole right here, man.
Oh, man. Let's just
It's a pole
turn
right here,
it
man.
this way.
Shoot,
A little bit,
man.
little
Okay.
adjustments.
Okay.
There we go. Bam. Oh, please hit the like, subscribe.
And subscribe. It's gonna be right here.
And notifications.
And all that, for sure.
Episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
What's going on, man?
Slow motion.
It felt like haze days, upside down. What the fuck is going around today?
I don't know.
Motherfuckers don't act right. I mean, just in my personal, just on some other shit, but man, just, all right, we were out and did some comedy tonight.
We did some comedy.
Doing double deuce. I'm gonna be tired tomorrow. Put it like that. Either way, we doing this for you guys.
Hey, you know what? It reminds me of the days in the beginning when it was me.
Yeah.
And I was yawning.
Yawn all the time. Now it's just my eyes are even heavier than they already are on a normal basis.
Yeah.
But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But no, we did some comedy tonight.
We did some comedy tonight.
I'll tell you what, man.
What's that?
Funny Stop's just different vibe.
It's a totally different vibe.
Shout out to Tony and, Pete's wife.
Shout out to them.
They're
it's
trying
tough.
to keep the ship and
They're trying to keep the ship floated. Rest in peace, Pete.
Yeah, R.I.P. Pete.
But it's definitely a different vibe. But you know what else I noticed different? It's like people change, things change. But it's outside of the passing of Pete.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm human. And I notice things.
Yeah.
And I noticed that, our peers treat us differently.
A lot differently. Yeah, and hold on, let's give a little bit of background for people maybe just joining. Pete was the, owner of the Funny Stop.
That's our home club.
We started there 3 years ago. Almost 3 years for you. March will be 3 years.
Yeah, March is my 3-year anniversary coming up.
It's coming up.
Comedically 3 years old.
Yeah. So, you know, it's near and dear to my heart. He was the first like club owner and only club owner really to really open his doors for the Cleveland area to go up and do open mic in the club, you know, actual
in a
club.
comedy club.
Yeah.
Where people come to watch comedy.
Yeah. And he
during the time, hold on, I'm sorry, but during the time that we got involved, because once upon a time the Cleveland Improv used to have an open mic.
Did they?
Once upon a time.
Oh, okay.
But when we started doing it, they wasn't doing it.
No. Not even Hilarities. They don't have one either.
No.
I don't think. Mm-hmm. But now Improv is the funny bone. And thoughts of it, maybe? Was it?
Maybe.
That's in the future. We'll keep you posted on that, people. But and it's just so we hold that close and dear to our hearts. And he's always given opportunities, open doors for so many people, and just the vibe. Like it's always good to see him there, and it's like they got pictures up there, but it's just not the same. You got, like you said, the peers. For some odd reason,
we noticed a change before the passing of Pete. It was just, this is our first time speaking on it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like, I mean,
it sucks to be within a community where you think it should be all ha-ha, jokes and giggles, and you know what I mean? It's like every time, this is the only thing that bothers me, is we've done nothing but been nice to people anytime we've been out.
Nice, supportive.
Cordial, supportive. I think we're the only ones that anytime somebody goes on stage, we go, yay, Adam, yay, them, yeah, whatever the case. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I played my shit back. Which is whatever. You know what I mean? To each his own. I know we got people sitting by the bar that, just, feel that. I mean, and they do that when headliners are there.
Some of them do.
Yeah, when headliners from out of town.
Like they have nothing to learn, or they have it all figured out.
Yeah.
But, I'm just saying, it's like, this is what I call having respect for the game. Mm-hmm. And the game that we're in, and what I call it is the comedy practice.
Right.
Comedy practice is what we're doing, just like the medical practice, the legal practice, because it's always going to change. It's forever changing.
Yep.
So, and you gotta keep those, I call it comedy practice, and I also call it my kung fu. Okay, mm-hmm. My kung fu is a little different, but it still falls under the umbrella of comedy.
Yeah.
So I work on my kung fu every day.
You get calls.
I get calls.
Early morning wake ups.
Early morning, late night
training. I'm
working on my kung fu.
It's like when they kidnap you in the middle of sleep, trying to train you for like CIA stuff.
All of that, So I work on my kung fu every day. I like to say that I have respect for the game, and when I say respect for the game, I'm referring to, I know it's not easy. I respect the comics that's on stage.
Yep.
I'm sitting there, and I'm looking attentive to while they're performing. I'm not talking.
No, yeah, talking is the worst.
I'm not talking during their set. I'm not out at the bar talking during their set.
That's the worst, too, because that chatter carries.
The chatter carries. I mean, it happened before, but once I'm conscious and realize that I may be doing it while somebody else on stage, I try to be respectful.
Because you can't help if somebody's talking to you.
Right. If someone's talking to you,
you try to avoid conversation for a long period of time.
Right. But my thing is, like, when I say respect for the game, it's respect for the comic. The comic that's on stage.
Right.
They're performing.
Yeah.
You know the craft. You know what goes into it.
Yeah.
So I'm always respectful of that. I always try to give words of encouragement. I really want everybody to win.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you? That's the problem. This mentality is, like, they think that it is a competition where it's not a fucking competition, because if you're not stealing anybody's jokes and you're talking from the heart and you're telling your story and you're telling your side of things, there should be no competition, because you're coming up with your own stuff that's from what you want to talk about. I mean, so what?
Well, that as far as competition is, it's like
everyone wants to do good. I get it, but I mean, everyone can be funny in their own way.
And also, I want to say this while I'm saying this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like we're 3 years old.
Yeah, you're very young.
Very young in the comedy game. But
100%.
I don't know any other platform or podcast that's actually like offering like information on like or the questions that you and I are answering. In addition to Hot Breath, you know, Joel.
Shout out to Hot Breath.
Shout out to Hot
Joe
Breath.
Byers.
Joe Byers. But I wanted to do this before I even know what Joe Byers was doing.
100%.
So it was like,
Yeah.
besides me and you and Joe Byers out there, I don't know about anybody that's out here doing it like us. Like, what I'm saying is like
It's a documentation of our start in comedy.
our starting comedy. So
day one.
for day one. So I'm like basically
Personalities. I mean, like relationships with everybody at the club, basically.
Well,
And how it's
basically what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying for all new comics all over the world that's starting all over at any, you know, but avid, you know, novice stage of comedy.
right.
Check out the Midnight Paco Podcast or Hot Breath. You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
And we answer a lot of questions. I
And we're
was just
entertaining.
thinking about that today. It was like, you know, other than Joel and us, I don't know anybody else that's doing it like this.
No.
Like this, being very transparent, like the early stages of comedy and things like that. Like, I didn't know about Hot Breath,
Right.
but I did know about what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And before I wanted, you know, for anybody that's thinking about doing comedy or that's new in it and has questions that need to be answered, follow the Midnight Paco Podcast. You know,
Definitely.
watch us. Joe Byers, Hot Breath. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Because he has in-depth conversations with some of the hottest comics in the country.
Big time. And he has managers and people like just in the business.
In the business.
Club owners, you know what I'm saying? He has people from YouTube, like online, who popped online because of like posting things,
Yeah.
like their algorithm, like how they got to where they're at, posting things, and like
Does he
how
still help
often-
people with jokes?
all the time. He has every Tuesday.
Because I know he's big time now. He's
Big-
got a big time show.
Yeah, but he still
He's
does.
under a big time network. you know.
Yeah, he still does his thing.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Byers and Yoshi. Yoshi's filming his
out
first
to Yoshi.
comedy special tomorrow.
Oh, really?
actually. Yeah.
Shout out to Yoshi.
Shout out to Yoshi. I mean, it's just, the information we've given, and like you said, the transparency of it all. Somebody who's getting into comedy, if they've listened to us like from day one, they're going to hear how I was there. You know, you came aboard, you know, like showing up. Like, I wasn't talking to really nobody.
Right.
A couple people befriended me, you know what I'm saying? But then, like, it was you who were, like, outgoing and talking to everybody. And, dude, it was almost like Night the Roxbury when we go in that bitch. What's up? 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 You know what I mean? And now it's just like, what's up? What's... All right.
You know what?
Let me get a drink. Because attitude, it's like,
Well, certain individuals'
Crazy.
attitude.
yeah,
changes.
not everybody.
Not everybody.
And the good thing is there's young guys in there that who've you know, grown a liking to us, who've, you know, asked us questions and stuff like that. You know, follow the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, which is awesome. But, you know, it's just weird when you get a vibe from it's.
You know what? At the end of the day, you know,
Upsetting.
we're all trying to, you know, shoot for the same goal. And at the end of the day, you know, you and I, we do our thing.
Yep.
We are worldwide. And shout out to everybody. And thank you
Shout
for
out,
everybody that's
yeah.
been watching us. We're
100%.
worldwide. We have analytics to prove that. And thank you for everybody that's watching us all over the world.
Dude, that's just awesome.
And I also want to switch it up a little bit. And I wanted to get a special shout out to John Hinton.
Shout out to John Hinton.
John Hinton, and then that's Overton from Living Single. And I wanted to say, you know, I ran into him today. Always pleasant, always a gentleman. This is actually my third time running into John Hinton.
Okay.
First time was a while back when he was Overton. He was at his prime. He was at Country Kitchen. It was one of the late night restaurants that was open, and he was very nice back then. He had the whole area laughing. Like, actually, this is my third time. I didn't run into him. Like, okay, the first time I saw him, it was at Country Kitchen. This was back in the day after the clubs. I was very young. He was nice then. Second time I saw him at another spot. He was nice then. He waited. I asked him, I wanted to take a picture with him, and he waited till I grabbed someone with a camera because phones wasn't,
right.
In the 90s. It was actually, he waited and the person was out of film, but he still waited. He was a nice guy. Yeah, it was film. It wasn't like you could just pop a picture, but he was cool. That was another occasion. Another occasion, I actually went to see him at the Improv. I didn't talk to him then, but I saw him at the Improv.
So it's the fourth time then.
I ran into him today, and like today, he was very nice. He met my mom. Shout out to you,
Did
John.
he remember you?
No, I didn't bring up those parts. He's a celebrity. He's a celebrity.
Normally you be like, you know what? I met you.
No, I stopped doing that because it freaks people out.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, I stopped doing that.
All right.
Because I have something like a photographic memory.
It's pretty good.
That's because I don't smoke pot.
I don't think that's it.
And I could have did that, but I said, don't do that. Don't freak people out, man.
He would have been like, oh yeah, he may have remembered you.
Maybe.
I mean, you met Tyson. You met a lot of motherfuckers just rocking around fucking Cleveland.
Well, see, Cleveland. Let me just. Okay, a part of me. When I go somewhere, wherever I go, I don't know. I don't know if it's a part of my OCD or what. I'm scanning the room.
Oh yeah. Tonight, let's talk about that shit.
Well,
get back there.
Yeah, I'll get back to it. But I scan the room. I know where everybody is.
Right.
Who they are, what they're wearing, what they have on. If I have to pick up something and hit them upside the head, if I have to get into it, or if they transform into a zombie or something, what I'm going to have to do. I know what they have on. I'm looking at them, and that's the type of person I am, and I kind of remember it for the rest of my life.
And where the exits are.
Where the exits are, absolutely.
Nah, definitely.
That's just something I do.
Got you, man.
All the time.
It's fucking
planning.
planning.
Especially like. When you have a significant other, women like to watch your eyes.
Oh yeah.
What you looking at her for?
Sunglasses.
No, I get that, but I look at everybody.
Yeah.
When I'm driving in the car,
Yeah.
I'm looking at everything going on, every
well,
person.
You gotta be defensive on that one.
Just what I'm not saying I catch everything. Certain things I miss.
No, yeah.
But I'm looking at everybody and everything all the time. That's just something that I do.
Yep.
And so I give them a what you call a disclaimer. Don't you'll mess yourself up watching my eyes. Like I look at everybody.
Yeah. I've gotten lax in life just because I don't carry a weapon. So. I gotta.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, because if I had one, I'd be ready to fucking really rock. I'm just saying, for me personally. But I enjoy people around me who do, because I'm like, hey, you packing? You ready? My buddy who's a cop, he used to he don't drink. So anytime he's out, he's always got his shit. You know what I mean? So it's always was just like, hey, let me borrow your gun real quick. And he's like, no.
Let me borrow your gun right quick?
You're like, no.
Wow.
I'm just fucking around.
That's like, let me borrow your freedom right quick.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to blast some people with your weapon. It's going to trace back to you.
I would never. That's why I don't carry nothing, because I feel if, I've already had situations happen in life where we've talked about, and it's just, I don't want to welcome anything, and I feel like if I do, it's more likely it's like a magnet. I know it can be a precaution. Obviously, it's a precaution. That's why I always order a drink. so I have a bottle.
So I just want to say, like,
somebody.
you know, like with people like John Hinton and other very fine celebrities that I met,
Right.
They're basically showing me
How to be
for the future.
Well, you've been that way.
Yeah, I have.
You carry yourself in that way anyway.
I have.
I mean, Greg Morton showed us that. Right off
Absolutely.
rip. You know what I mean? Even Gary Garcia, you know, he's another
Shout
one.
out to Gary. Shout out to Greg Morton. And
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like, but through my life,
Right,
Mike Tyson as well.
right. And he was just a fucking man.
He was the man, but still, he was
He
very,
could fuck anybody up. So you got
very nice fella. It's like, you know, certain interactions with celebrities
Can be bad.
Let's see. Have I had any bad interactions with celebrities?
My brother, I think, I know you don't know about Steeler players from back in the day, but I guess he was in a Pittsburgh airport and he's seen Greg Lloyd, they used to say avoid the Lloyd. He was just like a monster, right? And he said he seen him and he wanted to say something to him, but he didn't want to ruin the image he had of him. If he went up and he was a dick, then he'd have to, like, anytime he make a play, like, you know what I mean? It was just one of those. So he didn't approach it, but, you know. I seen Tommy Davidson walking in the airport and I didn't approach him. This was before I started doing comedy, though.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
was by himself, too.
the most, well,
That's how that's how I'm going to be.
I had a couple of, let me see, I had
You
couple
got a bunch of pictures. He has a lot of interactions with people.
No, but I'm
Check
just,
his fucking Instagram.
no, but I mean,
Back in the day, man, he used to sneak in green rooms like it's nothing.
it wasn't a sneak thing. I was there. It was just like I had a right to be there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I had a right to be there with the Wu-Tang.
Yeah, he was hanging out and taking pictures and shit. He got proof. It's dope. That's
no, all the
being
Wu-Tang,
out.
all the Wu-Tang was dope.
Yeah.
Like all of them was like, you know, great guys. They didn't snub me or nothing, but a couple of people did snub me.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to bring them up.
I kind of do, but I don't.
Yeah, don't have to. That's all good.
I kind of do, but I don't.
What does it rhyme with?
What did I say?
What does it rhyme with?
I mean, look, some people already told you.
We play that game sometimes.
Look, some people already told you, put some spec on their name. Put some spec on their name. So you better put some spec on their name. That's all I'm saying. Because we finished and we done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, sometimes you encounter people and they don't be as pleasant.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Unfortunately tonight, though, man, there was some wild shit. What was that cat doing? During
I think he was tripping. First, he was like, "Oh my God, this is the scariest stuff ever," and then he got up and start imaginary shooting stuff.
But he made a noise.
Yeah, he was making a
He
noise.
was like boop, boop, or some weird shit.
He said, "Whoa, this is scary." He was like, "Whoa." He's
Did
like,
he?
he was like, "Oh my God, stop!" Oh, this is. And then he said, he started making noise, and then he got up and started shooting.
Yeah, he was pointing at people though.
Yeah.
And he was going like this, like he could walk through that bitch and act like he was just shooting motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's as easy as it is.
Maybe he was. Maybe he had on an Oculus that we didn't know.
All I know is there was about 3 motherfuckers in that bitch packing. No. I'm like I said, dude, that's why I carry a bottle. That's why I always drink at least one beer.
At least one beer because
Because you have a bottle,
Yeah.
and then I will break that bitch
Yeah.
and stab the fucking shit out of somebody.
Yeah, you can.
You need it as a weapon.
Yeah.
What am I going to do without a weapon? Try and choke somebody. I mean, trust me, as soon as that dude was doing that shit, I was watching him the whole fucking way through the bar, out towards where he was going. I was watching if he popped through the curtain.
I didn't pay no attention to him.
I was ready.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw him tripping and I thought he was tripping and I didn't want to be a part of his trip.
Well, yeah. I mean, we were in his dream.
We were in his dream and he was tripping.
I like
and
the Oculus. I think he had
I mean, you know.
That's a good one. That's probably legit. That's probably what it was.
He had the new Oculus and nobody knew.
I'm so upset. Because he seemed like he was having fun.
He seemed like he had a blast.
Like he came into a comedy show, went up front. During, shout out to Bob Watson.
Bob Watson. He did a great job. Shout out to you, Bob. Shout out to Bob. You did a good job. Shout out to you, Bob.
That's a great impression.
Thank you.
So, yeah, shout out to Bob. He handled it well, but disrupting his set was unfortunate.
Terrible. Do not come to the comedy shows and disrupt sets.
I don't understand people. I mean, comedians do it all the time by talking in the bar.
Talking in the bar. I mean, you got to have respect for the game. Have respect for the game. Point blank, period.
Slack.
Like, nobody did that to you.
I mean, some of their own friends do it.
Well, those aren't friends.
No.
Those are not friends.
No. Look, dude, like we were talking about earlier, the vibe has changed. It's upsetting. I like going there because of the nostalgia it has in my heart. You know what I'm saying? The memories. But it's becoming this like people that are just unfriendly for some reason. I don't want to say hate. It's kind of because I don't know. Like you said before, you don't know what people say behind your back.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
And we do nothing but go and we're kind. And I know people out there listening like, why are these motherfuckers just talking? But look, this is part of, you know, the comedian, the comedic game, I guess, because we've learned, you know, that this is just how it is. There's a bunch of people in, like, at school. You see, when you go to a new school, right, there's just a bunch of people. And you think, oh, okay, a bunch of new friends. And then you start realizing, okay, these people are, they're cool, but then they win. These are my real people. These motherfuckers still ride with us to this day. You know what I'm saying? These ones they're okay, they're cool. Every time we see them, they're all right, you know. And then these ones, they start fading off because.
But what about the ones that have been cool, and then one day they just changed? What the world?
That's just.
What in the world?
Followers. Those are
what
followers.
into world is going on, man?
Those are followers.
That's just the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm human.
Yeah.
So I noticed and I realized that, and you know, it makes me think or wonder, like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, what did I do to you?
Yeah.
Did I offend you in any type of way?
Right.
You know, but you know, whatever.
Yeah. It's upsetting when you think, you know, you're around. But once again, I've learned, like, in my professional life, there's people out there that you just even like friends growing up. You know what I mean? The friends you had, like, that's just the asshole of our group. You know what I mean? That's our boy.
Or
he can be a little rough around the edges. I get it, but that's our dude. You know?
Or you can just, you know, adopt the phrase. You're not doing nothing. You're not doing it right if you don't have haters.
I guess.
You know, because you got to think. I mean, okay.
I guess.
Think about this. Think about this. Like, let's take Jay-Z for an example.
Right.
Once, everybody around him was his peers.
Mm-hmm.
But then he elevated. But some of those individuals that was his peers at one time, they knew something different was about him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They knew that, okay, the Jay, he could rhyme, he got good songs, but it was like, he moved different.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Problem is, a lot of them think that the connections and the gatekeepers in this area is mostly the people on the rise. Just think about the lineage of these, you know, these people. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Just
I guess, man.
I don't understand it either, man. I don't get it. Like I said, we've done nothing but be cordial to everybody. We go out there just to have a good time.
Hey.
I'm high every.
Hey,
I'm not proud of it, people.
Well, this is what I've been saying. This is we're going on 3 years. Cleveland comedy is on the rise.
You ain't lying.
And that means
there's a lot of people here that got talent, man.
Everybody. I honest to goodness see a lot of people winning.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that can win. You can't have a comedy show and look, not everybody wants to see you in the same three motherfuckers every time. You gotta switch it up. You gotta, throw some different people in there. It's like you can't do a show without other people.
Yo, Cleveland comedy's on the rise, yo. And everybody, you know what? Even with the change and, I'm mature enough to be like, I see how you move. I see how you're moving, but, I'm not going to hold it against you. And shout out to you and best of luck. See you at the top.
Yeah. 100%.
Or not.
Episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
Where can they find you at, Jay?
Hey, everybody. You can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on all platforms.
And I am the_great_COREE. That's where you can find me. Or you can find us both at the Midnight Paco Podcast on Instagram. Yeah.
On all
shout out
platforms.
to OCB.
Yeah, shout out to OCB.
Oh, crippled bastard.
Yo. I can't walk.
You doing the damn thing.
Man,
brother.
doing your thing, baby.
Yeah.
We're going to have you on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. We got to
get you on. We're going to have more guests coming on. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss all new comics.
2024.
Newer comics that
Right.
want to get, shed some light on experience that we had, because that's what we share.
Right.
Our experience we have. We have great guests on our show. We have Joel Byers.
Yeah.
We had Greg Morton. We had the great Rob Allen. We had all the, great comics that's sharing insight, Spike Lee, Rich Green,
Gene Miller,
all the cats.
Chad Tate.
Chad Tate.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
I Holla. We have great guests, but certain ones we there's been veterans in the game, and they could shed some light on in comedy and what to expect and things to, like everybody got have
own experiences, man.
Own experiences. They all gonna hit their head, but sometimes insight can keep you up on what's around the corner.
Yeah, I mean at least you stay focused and prepared.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate everybody. Peace out.
Peace.
Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast.